Hi everyone, Patrick here, and what you see back there are of course the Dolomites, and more precisely the Pale di San Martino. And I am in the Val Venezia, and I highly recommend this place for those of you maybe who have kids that don't like to walk so much, or you have a baby or go with a stroller. This is a fantastic place to be for you, and I will explain you why at the end of the video. But before I tell you more about it, I would like to give you a quick overview on what we can expect from Fujifilm in 2024, based on solid rumors, based on pre-announced gear, based also on hints that Fujifilm manager gave us, speculations, and also at the end some wishes from the Fujifilm community. But before we do that, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, especially those of you who watch the video but are not yet subscribed, which are the majority of you, and you really have nothing to lose. It's totally free, and subscribing is just as easy as unsubscribing if at some point you don't want to follow me anymore. So just do it. For me, it would be a huge motivational boost to show me that you like to receive rumors also via YouTube, and that you also like to see a bit of good landscape. Okay, with that said, now let's go into the overview for Fujifilm 2024. Let's start with the things that are sure. We have solid rumors about the Fujifilm X100V successor coming in early 2024, so that's sure. We also told you recently that it will have the same lens of the X100V, so the 23mm f2 lens without OIS. That's the X100V. Also rock solid is the GFX 100S Mark II. I know many doubt this rumor, but it is coming. Fujifilm is preparing its launch. My sources said in the first months of 2024, and I still don't know what that exactly means. I guess my sources wanted to a little bit to play safe, maybe because a fixed date has not yet been set, but as soon as I get it, I will let you know on FujiRumors. And another thing we will get for sure is the XF16 to 50mm f2.8 4.8, and we have also leaked the images, and it's going to replace the 18 to 55mm as a standard kit lens. And when you look at the images, you don't really notice a big size difference between the two, and that is because I haven't yet reported about it here on the YouTube channel, but I wrote about it on FujiRumors. It will have an internal zoom, so it won't protrude while zooming, unlike the 18 to 55. And last but not least, this has been pre-announced by Fujifilm, is the GF 500mm f5.6 that's coming in 2024. And we also took the technical sketches that Fujifilm provided and have made a size comparison between other GF lenses. I will link everything I talk about is linked down below in the description box. So that's what's coming for sure. Now let's talk about gear, where we have at least some Fujifilm manager hints and talk where we can base our speculations upon. Now we start with the X Pro 4, XE5 and XT40, because these three cameras a while back, Fuji guy Billy said they will come at some point. Let's start with the X Pro 4. I have received information about the X Pro 4, but I feel a ton of pressure to be 100% accurate when I share it, because along with the X100V successor, the X Pro 4 is probably the most awaited camera in the FujiRumors community. So I want to be absolutely sure that when I share it, it's accurate. So what I'm doing right now is try to get in as many confirmations as possible, and then I will share it here on the YouTube channel and on the FujiRumors blog. So definitely stay tuned if you are interested in X Pro 4 rumors. Next up, the XT40. It's such a popular camera line that we can be pretty sure there will be an XT40 at some point. Probably in 2024, that's purely my speculation. The only problem I see here is that the Fujifilm X-S20 is really still selling well, so Fujifilm might not really be in a hurry at this point to come out with another mid-range camera that is going to compete at the end with the X-S20. So I don't know the timing, but I think it's a pretty educated guess if we say it will come at some point in 2024. A bit more tricky is the Fujifilm XE5, because here we have conflicting manager statements. We have a Japanese manager, when asked about the XE5, he said, "We have not forgotten about the XE line," so that made us all very optimistic. Then a bit later on, a Fujifilm France manager said that the entire entry-level line was X, and that we know, of course, but he also threw the XE line in the bunch of entry-level cameras, so he made it look like there won't be any successor. So here it's a bit conflicting, but I'm working to solve this conflict, and I will also this one let you know on the FujiRumors blog and here on YouTube. And lastly, in terms of cameras, the GFX R. Also here we have conflicting reports from managers. Recently a manager said that the original goal of the GFX R line was to make the GFX camera smaller. That goal was achieved with the GFX R, but now the same goal is also achieved by the GFX 100S in a much more popular form factor, so they don't really see the need anymore to come out with a GFX R 50R successor. But also recently a manager, when asked about the GFX 50R successor, he said he would like this line to evolve. So at this point I think it's safe to say that there is inside Fujifilm a debate if the GFX R line should continue or not. And considering this and the fact that 2024 is probably more likely going to be a X series centric year because 2023 was a GFX centric year, I have no real big hopes for a GFX R successor, but that's purely speculation. I have no rumors about it, but I certainly hope that they will decide to continue with that line. So that's as far as cameras goes. We also got Fujifilm manager hints in terms of lenses. And more precisely, when a manager was asked about Fujifilm entering the sports and wildlife segment, he said, yeah, we have the X-H2S, that's the camera intended to break into that market. But he also said those photographers need an entire ecosystem, so they need lenses that go with it, which is probably a hint that Fujifilm is kind of looking into or developing telephoto primes to break into that segment of photography where at the moment they're really not that successful. And speaking of telephoto lenses, there are a couple of articles up on FujiRumors where you voted on which telephoto lens you would like to get, and some readers also made some renderings. I will link everything down below, so check it out if you're interested in it. Speaking of lenses, what is also sure that we will get are a lot of third-party autofocus lenses for the Fujifilm X mount. We saw that in 2023 we got 16 autofocus lenses for the X mount. We have listed them on FujiRumors. And there are already lots of hints and teasers and pre-announced gear for 2024, pre-announced lenses, third-party lenses. And I will list them now right here, but if you go to the article, I will link it down below, then you can click on each of these lenses and already see in some cases also the images or additional specs. And I guess there will be even more than what is listed here. So that's also good news for 2024. And now we end up with the solid rumors, with the pre-announced gear, with the hints that we got from managers, and enter into our wishes and hopes. And there is one camera that I must be honest, not many bought, but those who bought it love it and really hope there will be a successor. And that's the X70, so many hope there will be an X80 at some point. To be clear, I didn't find any single manager hint about it. I have no rumors about it, so I'm not overly optimistic, but let's hope that one will come in 2024 too. But again, no rumor, no hints. Another thing that I really hope they will do is to give us a new X-mount roadmap, because we got a new G-mount roadmap in 2023, but the X-mount roadmap is like they're taking dust and forgotten by Fujifilm. And I don't know if they will just never update the roadmap, other manufacturers just never give us a roadmap anymore. I don't know if Fujifilm is going down that path, but as I explained in another video, I think Fujifilm can only profit if they give us a new roadmap. And even though I have no rumors and no hints on anything about it, I hope we will get a new X-mount roadmap at some point. Another thing that I hope Fujifilm will give us, and I would be terribly disappointed if they didn't, is to give us major Kaizen firmware updates for 5th generation Fujifilm cameras. And I'm talking about two things here. First, everything that the GFX 102 has to come to all other 5th generation cameras too. And I'm talking about Reala Ace film simulation, about touch to track video autofocus, about waveforms, vector scopes and anamorphic mode. There's lots of stuff in a GFX 102 that needs absolutely to come to the X series 5th generation gear. And I also hope, second thing, that the feature that only the XS70 has comes to all other 5th generation gear, and that's the fully automatic subject detection mode. So please Fujifilm, Kaizen firmware update for 5th generation gear. That would be very appreciated. So that's it as far as the Fujifilm year 2024 goes. Now very quickly to this place, I'm at the Val Venea, and it's a very beautiful valley with this great view on the Dolomites there. And it's ideal if you want to come here with your family, because The hike is spectacular, it's very beautiful, but super easy. It's mostly flat or very gently uphill, and it doesn't take too long. There are 2 huts here, the Malga Venea and Veneggiota, and it's really a gentle hike where you can go also with a stroller if you have a baby, or if the kids are a bit lazy and they don't like to walk too much uphill, then this is a wonderful hike to do with them. And you have here, of course now it's winter, but all the meadows normally, and a little river where you can just sit nearby or take some shadow under a tree. The parking itself is just 10 minutes from the first hut away, and if you want to skip the first 10 minutes of hike, they have shuttle buses that come up until the first hut and then make this easy walk until the second hut, which will take, I don't know, maybe half an hour, but it's mostly flat or gently uphill, very easy and very beautiful. And if you come here alone and want to have a bit more of a challenging hike, you can do that also here, because you walk along the Val Veneggia until the second hut, and from there it goes more steep upwards until the Baita Segantini, for example. That is a nice hike. It's a bit more challenging, so a bit in shape you have to be for that, but it's very beautiful, and you have always this great view on the Palle di San Martino. And if you want, I can also show you the Baita Segantini in another video, but to do that, really subscribe to this channel, because that way I know that this is appreciated, and so I will be motivated to put my time, money and effort into this kind of videos. So that's it for this video. Val Veneggia, absolutely beautiful place, and Fujifilm 2024, an absolutely beautiful year, so definitely stay tuned. See you in the next video. Have an absolutely fantastic day, and goodbye. Ciao.